Welcome to the Astro Forecast for the week of August 12th through the 18th. We start out the week in a first quarter moon phase with the moon in Scorpio. This is going to be a sort of deeply intuitive, healing week. And first quarter phase exactly means that the moon has come to be 90 degrees to the sun. And this is a time to sort of understand what your intention was set at the last the last new moon in Leo, and ask yourself, what are you doing? Are you doing things in alignment with it? Does it still make sense? Where are you going? And are you actually doing something that's furthering that intention, or are you not? So inherently, first quarter phase tends to be a little bit turbulent because it's asking you to get rid of everything that's standing in the way of your goal that you set. And being Mercury retrograde, guess what? There's a lot of stuff coming up for you to release, to see it for what it is, to review, to reassess, to realign, so that you are in alignment with your goals. So the first major aspect is on Wednesday, August 14th, and Mercury retrograde now moves back from Virgo into Leo. This feels like a bit of a deep breath. Like, this is lovely, because Mercury in Virgo was messing with electronics, messing with perfectionism, messing with analytics, like all the Virgo things that we like. Mercury was like, no, that's not going to happen now. So Leo is a little bit of a kinder place for it to retrograde, I feel, but it's asking you, the stories that you're telling, are they stories that are amplifying your energy or holding you back in a place of like, this is the story of my life, or versus this is the story of my life, like there's a difference between which story are you telling, what story are you believing, and what stories are you letting identify and define you. This Mercury retrograde during Leo, in Leo, is going to ask you to really pay attention to those things that you keep telling yourself. And where are you dimming your light? Where do you feel like you don't belong or you don't deserve it? Because Leo is all about shining your light and using your special magic, finding your special magic, your passion, your purpose, and shining that light, right? Leo rules the heart, and it is governed by the sun. So the sun likes to be, it is the center of our universe. And where do you not feel comfortable in the limelight? Ooh, I feel like somebody listening to that was like, oh, I don't like to be the center of attention. Ask yourself, what is that? What does that represent to you? What's the fear? The fear of being ostracized, being judged, bad things happening to you because when you were seen as a child, something really negative happened to you. If that's the case, I want you to sit with those parts of you that don't feel safe with being seen. That is what this Mercury retrograde is asking of you. So it's going to revisit creative projects and personal expressions. So this is encouraging you to revisit creative projects and personal expressions, refine and improve your ideas and presentations, and double check your work to avoid any miscommunication and delays. And Mercury will stay retrograde in Leo until August 28th. All right. Also on this day, Mercury, as it comes to final degrees, right? So it's kind of in that beginning degree of Leo, final degrees of Virgo, it's going to in conjunct that 0 degrees Pluto in Aquarius. In conjunct is a 150-degree angle, and it means like a need for adjustment between these two planets. Now, Mercury and Pluto, it's a bit intense, right? Mercury is our mind, our communication, our thought processing, and Pluto is death, rebirth, and transformation, right? Light, right? A nice light dinner. No, it's not. It's a heavy. So this is going to be, there's going to be a huge miscommunications, possibly things not working well for you in terms of communication, coordination, really taking your time if you're driving this day. Don't be impatient and zip through traffic. This aspect brings intense and transformative thoughts. This is good for digging deep into like a research or trying to find something out, or if you're like writing a course, as I am, this is good for like going deep into like, okay, how do I want to do this? What are some of the things I want to teach? How am I creating these worksheets to help people take in the material deeper, So dig deep into your subconscious and uncover hidden truths. Be mindful of obsessive thinking and power struggles. striving for mental balance. So there can be a battle of wills with this, right? Of like, I'm right, no, I'm right, no, I'm right. And righteousness with that Aquarius energy. So just making sure you're sort of not getting into a battle of wills, and no one really wins in that anyway. You're not changing anyone's mind. No one's going to come to this side of the fence when you guys are locked. Best to take a breath, let all the fires die down, and at the best, maybe come to a mutual agreement to disagree. What else can you do, right? Also on the Wednesday, Mars is conjunct Jupiter in Gemini. This is a super lucky experience. Now, I know everybody talks about Lionsgate and all that kind of stuff, but like these are the things astrologers look for. This is an actual alignment of manifestation goodness, right? So Mars in in Gemini, this is like about, we have this fire in us to like learn and to communicate and connect with community and do things that feel very energetic, very airy in nature, meaning like intellectual, creative, communication, things that nature. And Jupiter in Gemini is like expands whatever it touches. So Mars is our passion, purpose, our egoic will to move forward, and Jupiter is expansion, optimism, and good luck. So when these two things come together, we want to do something fun. We want to be in community. We want to do things that feel really like light, fun, intellectual, curious, in nature. So this is a powerful aspect that brings energy and enthusiasm for new projects and adventures. Take bold actions, expand your horizons, but pace yourself to avoid overexertion and recklessness. This can be very reckless energy, or also like you're just going and doing, because Gemini is a mutable air sign. Mutable meaning it goes wherever it desires. Just out there, right? It just flows with life, and it can get very scattery. It can feel like you're starting a bunch of things and not finishing anything. So remember, Mercury is retrograde, so it's not a great time to start new projects, commit yourself to new things. This is a great energy to clear out the clutter. I don't know if Gemini would have the focus to sit and clear out clutter and clean out your house, but this could be good energy for that. But this is manifestation potential, y'all. So whatever you focus your energy on today will grow in magnitude, will really expand. So choose wisely with what you are focusing on. On Thursday, August 15th, we have Mercury in conjunct to Neptune. So there's that 150-degree angle. Neptune is spirituality. It is one love, but in this instance, because it's an in conjunct, it's deception, it is fog, it is like confusion, confuddled, like you're just not sure. Is that a word, confuddled? I just made it up. So Mercury, remember, is our mind, retrograde in Leo, and it is in conjunct to Neptune. So there is this feeling today that we can't see things properly. We're not hearing things properly. And if you are lending an ear to gossip or people filling your head with nonsense, you can be taken down a direction that you will not be happy with when you look back and go, how did I get here? Right? Who did I listen to? Why did I listen to this thing? Why did I think this was true? Why did I jump to conclusions? This is jumping to conclusions energy. So today, my friends, Thursday, August 15th, and I'll even say it's going to carry on for the whole week, is to stay curious and open and ask, why am I learning about this? What is this meant to teach me? Is this actually true? Right? And that goes for things that you read in the news. Like, it's not always true. There's been lots of incorrect things reported and had to be retracted, which is so unfortunate because the media is just not feeling very trustworthy, especially through everything that was going on with COVID. And it's unfortunate that this continues to happen. And so really just ask, what is the source of this material? Who can gain from this? And maybe do a little bit of deep searching and researching to see what is actually the truth behind things, because it's not going to appear true off the get-go, but it might feel like it's true off the get-go. So just stay open and don't jump to conclusions. Friday, August 16th, we have Mars square to Saturn. Any kind of square is a conflict or a challenge. And Mars is, remember, vitality, it's energy. Mars is the god of war. And when it's in a square, it's like, this is mine. It's frustrated, it's angry, it's fired up, right? And Saturn is about responsibility, duty, structure, authority. So this can be a conflict with authority. This can feel like we're being hemmed in. We can't, people are saying, be responsible, do the thing. And you're like, I just want to go to Italy, you know. So this is that. If you're feeling like you need some freedom, you're feeling hemmed in, welcome to Mars square Saturn. And the way to work this energy is to take care of your responsibilities, to parcel in joy time, fun time. Where can we have some fun? Where can we have some leeway to do things that we really enjoy? And with this, Mercury is in Leo and Neptune's in Pisces. This is that fiery energy of like me not being seen. Oh, sorry. I was looking back at the wrong one. Yeah, Saturn is in Pisces retrograde and Mars is in Gemini. So that Saturn retrograde in Pisces is it's removing guises, right? So this might reveal to you where you have been spinning your wheels, where you are spending so much time on social media that it's actually eating up time that you could be reading a book or going for a walk or doing something that feels more aligned, watching a YouTube video on something that's going to further your interest in something, right? So where you're wasting your time, this is going to be that coming up. This aspect can bring frustration and obstacles to taking action. Build resilience and patience to overcome these challenges. Work around limitations with perseverance and disciplined action. Disciplined action feels hard for Mars in Gemini. Mars in Gemini just wants to go wherever it desires. Think of like a butterfly flitting in a field, and you're telling, no, butterfly, you need to go over here and you need to do this and you have to do these chores and do these chores. And that's the energy of Mars, Gemini, square Saturn, Pisces retrograde. So give yourself some patience. And if you can build yourself some extra time, space, to have fun, you'll feel much better on this day. And then the last two aspects of the week fall on Sunday, August 18th. And the first one is Mercury retrograde in Leo, square Uranus in Taurus. This is a fixed square. Uranus is about your individuality. It is rebellion, eccentricity. It is genius energy. But in square, this is restlessness. So this Mercury retrograde, your mind is moving through all the ways potentially that you want to shine your light or that you haven't been really owning your gifts and talents. You might be feeling a little bit impatient, right? It's a fire sign as well. And you want to go forward, but you're not meant to at this moment in time. And that square to Uranus is breaking up the old. It's bringing up old stories for you to release and say, no, thank you. This is great for therapy. But that fixed energy, these two fixed signs, right? Fixed earth is Taurus and fixed fire is Leo. And this fixity can create determination and willpower. So you might power through some things, but it can also create stubbornness, right? This is what has been happening. I don't know what to do. I feel stuck. First of all, if you feel stuck, congratulations, you know that you're stuck. And I would highly recommend you sign up for the 5-day free Get Unstuck in Your Life challenge on September. It starts on September 9th to the 13th, and it's absolutely free. You can sign up from the link probably in my newsletter if you saw this there, or in some of my posts on Instagram. It's in the link in my bio, and on Facebook, it is like peppered throughout my Facebook business page. So sign up for that. It is free, comes with a hypnosis and a guidebook. And I guarantee we will get you unstuck in those 5 days because we don't have time to be stuck. 2025 is calling us, and you best be in your mission and vision because we ain't got time for that, right? So this Mercury retrograde square to Uranus in Taurus, this aspect brings unexpected changes and disruptions in communication. Think outside the box, embrace new ideas, and be cautious of misunderstandings and impulsive decisions. And that seems to be a theme for this week. Impulsive decisions, jumping to conclusions, miscommunications. Nah, we're going to just stay in curiosity and we're just going to stay open to like, what could this possibly be? And if you have a wound, as I do, with friendships or people stabbing you in the back or whatever that is, when those things come up, that is a lovely invitation to say, is this really true right now? What is really happening? Because that is a story of the past, my friends, and we can project that to make meaning and to ruin things in this lifetime, in this time of your life. right? So it is not a time to project things. And if you're projecting, opportunity for healing, right? So just really be aware of that. Okay. And if there's something coming up here and it's like, no, I can't come to lunch today, or I'm going to cancel our lunch date, and you're like, why? Right? People are allowed to cancel. Things happen for people. As I breathe in, I also breathe a little bit. Sorry about that. And then also on this Sunday, August 18th, we have the sun conjunct to Mercury. So this is going to amplify the square to Uranus too. So this is a bit of a more complex kind of aspect, right? Sun and Mercury are coming together. And when the sun comes together with Mercury, retrograde, it's called an inferior conjunction because Mercury is in retrograde. And this time is really interesting because it's going to set in motion a few dates that are important because Mercury is going to come together with the sun again when it goes direct. So there is whatever is happening now, there is something coming up for you to pay attention, right? The sun to Mercury together, whenever anything comes next to sit with the sun in the zodiac, right? So as Mercury and the sun line up to the exact same degree of Leo, it's called Kazemi, and it means that Mercury is sitting in the heart of the sun. Beautiful, right? And some astrologers say it sort of blows out that other planet. I actually feel like it amplifies because the sun amplifies, right? So as the sun amplifies Mercury in Leo, this is going to bring us to an awareness of like, what is our voice? What do we come here to say? What is our mission and our message in our lifetime? Like, what is your vision for the future? All of these are very Mercury words. And Leo is about shining our light, right? What is your special sauce? What's your creative potential that you are going to add in this lifetime to this planet? And so this is going to bring you new awareness about what that might be for you. So this aspect highlights clear communication and self-expression. Revisit and refine your ideas and projects to gain new insights and perspective. Ensure clarity to avoid miscommunication. A whole week, that's the theme. Clarity and miscommunication. So seek clarity, active listening, but this is going to bring about some creative potential. So I would say on Sunday, August 18th, give yourself space to just like write if you're creative, paint if you're creative in that way, create in whatever medium that you create, sing a song, create a poetry, whatever it is. There's going to be lots coming up from the depths of you and to be amplified out in some way. Now, you might not even know what this is going to do. It might be a blog post in the future. It might be a book in the future. Who knows, right? You don't have to know that right now. Mercury's in retrograde. There is no certainty, okay? This is a time now to just be in the curiosity of what's going to bubble up from your heart into the paper, into lyrics, into creativity potentials, whatever you use, and just see what happens, right? So wishing you a wonderful, curious, open, and introspective week ahead. I will see you next week.